The storyteller goes to get the materials for the day's presentation. They bring these materials to the circle, slowly, deliberately. They bring out the story, the figures and objects, gently moving and arranging as they tell the story. The children's eyes focus where the storyteller's eyes and hands focus, on the small wooden figures, painted plaques, or beautifully finished props moving in the circle. As the lesson continues, the storyteller sits back, keeps their eyes on the story. I wonder, they say. I wonder what part of this story you like best. I wonder what part is the most important. I wonder where you are in the story. I wonder if there is any part of this story we could leave out and still have all the story we need. The wondering sinks into silence. The children watch as the storyteller puts away the lesson. They invite the children to think about what work they would like to do in response to the lesson. The children have been involved in the story and the wondering. Now that absorbed involvement continues as they one by one name what response they choose to make. Only the child themselves knows what their work is. Some play mindfully with the materials from the presentation or from other stories. Others want to paint. Still others work with crayons. This play, this creating, is the children's work and only theirs to do. Lent begins with the mystery of Easter.
Faces of Easter. Faces of Easter 1.
Jesus' birth and growth.
God chose Mary to be the mother of God, and the Word was born a wordless child. When the baby looked up into the face of the mother Mary, he already saw the cross. When he looked into the face of the father, Joseph, the cross was there too. Faces that Easter 2. Jesus is lost and found. Mary and Joseph discovered that Jesus was not with them, traveling home to Nazareth. They thought he had been playing with the other children from their village as they walked together. They hurried back into the great city of Jerusalem to find him. They found him in the temple and asked them what all parents ask their children. Why did you do this? He said, didn't you know I would be in my Father's house? Mary and Joseph didn't understand. Faces of Easter 3. Jesus' baptism and blessing. Jesus went down into the darkness and chaos of the water. When John lifted him back up into the light, there were people there who said they saw a dove come down from heaven and come close to him. There were also people there that day who heard a voice. The voice said, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I'm well pleased." Faces of Easter 4. Jesus in the desert. Jesus went into the desert to discover more about who he was and what his work was going to be. Faces of Easter 5.
Jesus as healer and parable maker.
Jesus' work was to come close to people, especially the people no one else wanted to come close to. Faces of Easter 6.
Jesus offers bread and wine.
Jesus took some bread and gave thanks to God for it. Then he broke it and said something like, "Whenever you break the bread like this and share it, I will be there." He also took a cup of wine, gave thanks to God for it, and said, "Whenever you share a cup of wine like this, I will be there."
Faces of Easter 7. The one who is Easter and still is. Jesus had died on the cross, but somehow he was still with them as he is with us, especially in the bread and the wine.
The one who was Easter and still is.